Hi, good day everyone. This is Mr. Small here. I just want to leave some work for you guys to do in today's class. Now, if you guys have your textbooks at home, I'm going to ask you guys to please turn to chapter 14. And if you happen to have the new textbook, it will be on pages 131 to 132. Now, I don't know the pages for the old mathematics book, the one in red, but if you go to chapter 14, you should be able to find the same exercises. In particular, we're going to do exercise 14D, questions 1, 3, and 10. For question 1, you're going to be presented with a table. And in this table, you guys are going to fill in the missing information. If you're given the radius, you're going to calculate the diameter and the circumference. If you're given a diameter, you're going to calculate the radius and the circumference. Now you can feel free to use any of the two equations that we discussed. If you have the radius, you may want to use 2 pi r. And if you have the diameter, you may want to use the formula pi times d. But in either case, you guys are supposed to complete this table. Now for question 3, you guys will realize that you're given a set of shapes. And these shapes are not necessarily regular shapes. But the one thing you should note is that all of these shapes have in semicircle or more than one semicircles, and you guys know how to calculate the circumference of a semicircle, and hence you guys should be able to calculate the perimeters of each and every one of these shapes. Now question 3a is pretty much a standard semicircle problem. To find the perimeter of this shape, you will simply find the perimeter of the semicircular part and add it to 14. Now I believe I actually went through a question like this in our previous class, so you can feel free to look back at that recording to see how we calculated this. Now for question 3b, this shape doesn't look quite regular in my opinion, but it consists of two semicircles. If you realize you have a large semicircle here, which has a radius of 7, and of course you have a smaller semicircle here which has a radius that should be half the length of this one. So I hope you guys are able to figure out how to solve the total perimeter of this shape, but if you're having difficulties, we will discuss how this is done in the next class. I personally think question C is a very nice question. To find the perimeter of this shape, you must first add up all of the sides that you know, such as 1 plus 1 plus 5 plus 9, and this other side here should be 5 as well. And you would then of course would have to add up now the circumference of this semicircular part. But the question does not tell you exactly what the diameter or radius of this part is, so you must figure it out first before you attempt to do this calculation. Okay? Now question 3D may look challenging, but I really don't think it is hard. You guys, if you look at this shape carefully, you realize that it consists of basically 4 semicircular sections all joined together, and each of these sections all have the same diameter, meaning that each of these semicircular parts are of all equal length. So if you find out the length of one of them, you should be able to multiply the answer by 4 to get the total perimeter of this shape. Now we're on to the last question, question number 10. And this question should not be too difficult for you guys. It says the arch of a bridge is made by bending a steel beam into the shape of a semicircle. And you have the diagram below to show you what they are talking about. You have the bridge, and this is the steel beam that they are referring to. If the span, which is the diameter of this semicircle, is 20 meters, if you use the value of 3.14, what is the length of this steel beam to the nearest meter? In other words, all they're asking is for the circumference of that semicircle. Alright, so you guys should be able to get this done, and with that, I hope you are able to get through with this assignment. Okay, you can leave a comment below to let me know how you found this video, and if you got trouble in the assignment, you can let me know in the classroom which questions gave you the most trouble. Alright class, have a great day.